One of Them Days sequel in the works. Keke Palmer and SZA are both coming back for another take in One of Them Days. First of all, this is great news, and I'm super excited about this for a multitude of reasons. One of those weeks, ooh, you're onto something. You're onto something. This is super exciting to me for a handful of reasons. There's not a lot of small comedies, like small contained comedies like these, that are making their way to theaters anymore. This could have been and should have been a movie that disappeared on Netflix, right? It could have been one that had like, oh, a fun promo run and a bunch of ads, and then it just disappears. It came out in January, which is usually a throwaway month for movies. It's a really big gamble to put a movie in January because people are coming off the holidays. You know, they already watched all the big movies during Christmas or Thanksgiving. Money's a little bit tighter at the start of the new year. People are getting back to work. They're not thinking about going out to the movie theater. But this movie did really well. It had really solid legs. It performed well at the box office. Critically, people really enjoyed it. I thought it was really great. It was really funny. The cast, specifically some of the supporting cast, was incredible. This movie had enough traction going for it, and it was a small enough movie as far as like a budgetary standpoint that it just makes sense for this to get a sequel. I love that the cast is returning. I hope, oh, actually right there, the film's original creative team. So there we go. Same writers, same directors. I know Issa Rae was a producer on this. There's not a lot of big comedies coming out in theaters anymore because folks are scared or nervous that funny's just not going to hit the same way that it does. We kind of had like a natural flow of generational comedic actors. It's kind of like a stepping stone of one comedic success opens the door for another's comedic rise. And I fear that not having comedy movies in the theaters doesn't allow for that sort of next generation of comedians and comedic actors to rise up. Yes, you can see them on streaming. A lot of times you'll see them on television, but I think it's very different when you have, like, say, a funny character in a serious movie or like a funny character in like a Marvel movie or something like that versus a movie that is strictly a comedy and like that's the whole thing that you're trying to do, you know? So, One of Them Days getting a sequel, I think is really promising for the state of comedy. I'm really curious to see what they do. And it's such a self-contained premise. So I think it'd be very easy for them to do that again and again and again and again. I hope it becomes a franchise.